Hi, welcome back to Wallflowers. So as you can see, today we're in the garden and there's a lot, and when I say a lot, I mean a lot of weeding to do. So this is the area where Mr. Wallflowers is going to weed and plant some green beans. And here I am around the peach tree, which currently has a lot of chives, strawberries and garlic planted around, but with the grass and with everything else it's kind of matted and is choking the peach tree, which sadly this year hasn't produced any fruit. So I'm just trying to pick grass pieces out, trying to weed in between the clumps. It's all right getting down in the position and it's all right weeding, but when you've got to bend your body and get in the different shapes to get in, it can get a bit awkward after a while. So I've got my cushion, I'm sat on my cushion and I'm just trying to turn around and reach everything that I can. I don't know what that was. It wasn't part of the peach tree and the leaves didn't match anything else, so I just cut it out. Every now and again you'll see me hold something to my nose and smell whether it's garlic. And if so, and I've pulled the bulb, I want to pull that out and plant it again. I'm also pulling out strawberry plants and setting them aside so I can put them all together in one of the beds. Yeah, very tedious work, but out in the sunshine was absolutely lovely. We keep waiting for it, and this is the second day of the sunshine we've had today. So get the work done and get through it, and bit by bit we're getting there. So I'd asked Mr. Wallflowers would he come and lift it with the spade, the clump around the peach tree, and in the meantime I'm just weeding this section of the side. Oscar's in the corner behind me and he's actually cutting down cardboard. Some of it will go in the compost, some of it will be the fire, and we'll just divide it through 2 compost bins and to burn for the fire. There's a lot of cardboard to get through, different deliveries we've had. So these troughs have now actually been weeded. The plant could have done with a bit of weeding as well. I want to put some flowers in that round pot, and again this is another trough. So up both sides of the back door we will have green beans, and the flowers look so continental when they're up and they're flowering, and the scent from it as well. I think it just looks so lovely. So in he goes with the spade, and you can see how compacted the chives are and everything that's in that area. Lift it out and get it out the way. There's a lot of grass still underneath, and I keep trying to pull out the roots of the grass. Now I hear the word couch grass, but I generally hear that in the American videos, and I'm not sure if we call it couch grass in the UK, but there is a lot of coarse grass, and here you see me just trying to pull the roots out and anything remaining in that area. I lost count how many tubs I've filled with weeds, with grass, with things that we no longer want in the area. I think it's at least 8 or 9 big tubs of waste. And of course we can't fit those in the compost along with food waste, cardboard and everything else that goes in. So we have one area of the very front garden. We basically tip it over the wall and let it organically break down by itself. And basically it does help a little bit with security as well, because it makes it unsafe to stand on, because you don't know if someone stood on it, they'd actually drop down quite a depth. So it works 2 ways. It does break down, and the grass area that it falls on, the planted area, it feeds that area eventually. I'm now able to reach into the wallflowers that we have on the wall It's a lovely stone wall, similar to Hadrian's Wall, that kind of thing. It's a beautiful rockery wall, and the wallflowers are just behind the raised beds and next to the stone wall. I'm in, and we'll gradually begin to thin that out. It's tiresome work though. It was quite a long day this, because the video sped up. It just looks like I'm flying through it, but it was a lot of hard work. In between, we were having cups of tea, lolly ices, glasses of juice. I'm not sure what the temperatures were. What were the temperatures yesterday? 74 degrees here, which is very, very warm for us. Just thinning out everything there. I want to eventually get the greenery you see behind the tree is ivy, and I do use that for different things that I can use in the home, but we take most of it back and just let a little grow, but that's a bit overgrown now. Mr. Wallflower's going in, and these are the tatty lawns. It's quite sparse grass, but when it grows, it just seems to cover everything that's there. A quick tidy up makes everything look better. The bush climbing up the archway, or what you can see with wooden sticks across, is a grape, and it's really taken hold this year. It's much more bushier, and much more of a grapevine than it has ever been before. We keep having to thread it through, so Mr. Wallflowers is taller than I, so I've asked him to thread it through any opportunity he gets, just to keep it going around the archway. Strawberries everywhere, and that piece of shrubbery that you can see in front of the camera, he didn't realise it was there. That's a plant called Cotton Easter, and just after this segment he actually chops that branch off just to enable us to walk through more freely. But where he's actually working is a large bed where our where our pear tree stands. That was getting pretty choked with weeds, with poppies, with different plants in the wrong area. So Mr. Wallflowers there is just weeding it, getting it all clear for what we want to plant in it next. Beautiful day. So, thank you for joining us. Just show you quickly where we're going to plant in some other things in the spaces where we've weeded. Oh, and look out for the picture of the frogs as well. There were 7 of them in the frog pond, and we were so delighted to see them. Here we go now. If you can just pay attention, we'll try to zoom in. There's 6 on one side and 1 facing. It's a lovely colour. Am I red or orange?
Red.
So I keep getting a bit of infection in the peach tree, and there doesn't seem to be any peaches this year, if the odd one. So I saw somebody plant cucumbers and garlic as a medicinal for it, and the cucumbers actually grow up around the peach tree, and I thought we'd actually give that a whirl today. So
Weeded it all.
Weeded it all, now just pop the cucumbers in, so I'm hoping we can wind them. background. I am actually going to put some garlic in as well. I had chives and garlic and strawberries intermingled, but the grass has grown so heavily in between. We're planning on getting some mulch, but of course not having the vehicle has prevented that, so we are looking at mulch. So they will be watered in and hopefully trained up around the tree, and hopefully we get some lovely cucumbers from them. Next we're going to put some pumpkins under the pear tree, and again it's had the same issues, mottled fruit and infected, and again no fruit this year, so we're looking to see if growing pumpkins around them will solve their issue. We'll give it a whirl anyway. A load of weed buckets everywhere because we're just constantly trying to weed at the moment. So in we go. And I'm going to put one of the furthest points. Now it does get sun for a few hours a day, so it will be sufficient. It just so happens it's shaded slightly, but it does get plenty of sun. So that's one. I know you can see weeds here, but we will be doing more weeding and finessing and getting the little bits out. It's been a long day weeding. It's been a long day weeding today, and we're actually quite shattered at this point. These are green beans, just a few spare we had left over, so they were just put against that wall.
Haven't half come on though.
Yeah.
We'll have to.
I'm shattered at this point.
Yep. Nearly done now.
Okay. And for the last one, where should we bob 'em? Just here next to the tree.
Yeah.
And we bought these recently for just 50p a plant, which was an absolute bargain. We could have sown our own, but we didn't. They're not ready to go in yet. I want those next to the tomato plants, the nasturtiums. So I may do those tomorrow. I'm absolutely shattered now. I've got the two nasturtiums to project. Okay, thank you for joining us. Please take care, remember you're loved, and we'll see you soon.